Hey Sagittarius, look where I am. I am next to a bubbling creek and having such a beautiful day here in May. Yours is the 7th reading. Oh my gosh, I just noticed that there's fungus, mushrooms growing along a log that's across the creek. This is such a magical place. There's moss everywhere. It's like there's fairies dancing around me everywhere, and here I am giving you your monthly reading for June. Yes, even the little bitty spiders are coming to be on my back. Such good magic! Such good magic today. Oh, so I'm going to come up with some really good messages, some that are going to be channeled through the cards into my noggin and out my mouth for you. So first we're going to start with looking at what to embrace and what to leave behind for the month ahead. The information that we get from those cards are going to help us to understand what we're dealing with when we're looking at your soul purpose, your abundance and prosperity, and your love messages. There are some loud people hiking. That's the first time I've heard that. I've been here for like 5 hours and I haven't heard anybody else yet. Interesting. Probably won't see them because they can't get to me from where they're at. They have to come, their dog might come running up this way. That's the most I'll have to interact with them. Cards for what to embrace and what to leave behind. Here we go. Hoarding, keeping things to yourself. What else? I want at least one more here. There we go. And scarcity. Those are things that you need to be leaving behind. I need one more. The Emperor. Okay, so what we're looking at here is you coming to terms with your situation. Especially when it comes to your physical health and the health of your bank account. You're thinking, how am I going to get a handle on all of this? Messages that have been coming through for Sagittarius recently have been a little bit topsy-turvy. Like there's been some things that you removed from your life because that's what was necessary. That like, don't second guess whether or not blossoms coming down. Don't second guess whether or not you were supposed to lose those things or whether or not you made the right choice in allowing those things to leave your life. They needed to go, but the thing is, like, you need to find a new true north on your compass. It's been there the whole time, but you're like, is my soul purpose within another person? Is it within this project? Is it within all these things that are on the outside? And as you got rid of the things on the outside, you're like, now what? Now what? Now what? Right? That's been something that's been setting in for the last month or so. And so you're like, I don't know what's going to happen in the future, so I need to hang on to my money. That's what I got these cards for. I don't know what to expect in the future, so I need to hang on to my money. I'm worried about some kind of scarcity because I don't know who's coming and going out of my life. Everything's been so topsy and turvy. I just like feel like I need to hang on to stuff, right? But instead of hanging on to the material resources that you have or hanging on to the friends in case everybody's, it's like fear of abandonment, fear of scarcity, all this stuff. It's like stuff that you are acknowledging is happening and you're just like, okay, I'm gonna just shift that out of my reality. As you're doing that, you're realizing that you need the internal stability rather than the stability on what's going on with your money, what's going on with your purpose, what's going on with your relationships with other people. Instead of controlling other things outside of yourself, you're like, I need to establish routines within myself. I need to establish my own control mechanisms within myself. I need to, you know what I'm really getting is that, like, in the face of the loss of the outside influences that at one time stabilized you, you realize that you have to be your own stabilizer. And that is coming from, establishing healthy routines for yourself, establishing what it is that's really interesting to you when no one else is saying that they're willing to do it with you. Like, what are you willing to do all by yourself? How is there something like, just like what I'm doing here? What can I do in the woods all by myself all day long? I do need to have a little charging box so I can charge my camera, but what can I do all by myself all damn day long? Is there something that's that's your direction? That's your stabilizing force, right? So that's what you're embracing going forward. What you love, what is exciting to you, what is meaningful to you, all right? Without these like the job establishing it, without another person establishing it for you, okay? So let's go ahead and look at messages for your soul purpose, your abundance and prosperity, and your love in regards to the messages that just came out regarding stabilizing yourself, deciding for yourself what's really important, and aligning yourself with that instead of aligning yourself with outside influences. Remember, we're leaving behind the idea that something is wrong with us, that there's a scarcity within ourselves, that we're leaving behind the fear that we can control how other people feel about us. So that's the Four of Pentacles is all about controlling. Whether it's controlling money, it's also controlling the way other people feel, okay? And then this is all about scarcity of love, scarcity of money, scarcity of the things that we need to survive, all right? Holding on tight to the things we need for survival. If people love us, if we can control how people feel about us, we're never going to be left alone in the wilderness. That's what our ego says, right? So we're detaching from our ego. Remember that no matter how hard things have been, and no matter how silly you feel about choices that you've made in the past, or how weird you feel right now, you're always on course. You're always exactly where you should be, according to your soul purpose, okay? I want this one, and I want this one. These two wanted to come out. So, two things. Showing up on a regular basis to the things that you know are good for you. That is part of your soul purpose. It's like, if you've never been consistent before about establishing healthy routines for yourself, this is the month that you are implementing that. I've heard it again and again, and I'm not going to say that there's like one source that I've heard it from. I've heard it from many different, very famous motivational speakers. It's that you don't have to think about what to do. You don't have to compromise. You don't have to you save so much mental energy. You don't even have to think about it. It's part of who you are when you establish a routine, a mindless routine. I go to bed at 11 o'clock at night every night. That's your routine. I always go to bed at 11 o'clock. That way, I'm bright-eyed, rested at 7 o'clock. My phone is always turned off and on the other side of the room from me. When I go to sleep at 11, I don't touch it until 7. That's my routine. I always keep a packed gym bag by the door. When I come home from working out, I freshen my gym bag. That's what I do. That's my routine. It makes it easy for me to go out and to get my exercise. I always pick up healthy food. I never pick up junky stuff. I never eat out. I just don't do it. So that's how you establish those healthy routines that are going to keep you in alignment with your highest potential in every aspect of your life. That is your soul purpose, right? We also have the Six of Wands. We're having victory for ourselves without being concerned about how other people feel about it. What I'm seeing you doing this month, Sagittarius, every time that you carve out one of these pentacles, that is, establish something healthy, no matter how, like, it's not going to be sexy. It's not sexy to be in the routine of making sure your dishes are washed right after you eat off of them, right? Not sexy, but you're going to celebrate that. You're going to find a way to applaud yourself, to make a big show for yourself on every little unsexy thing that you establish for yourself, to get that consistency. He's not sexy, right? But you're going to have to make it fun. You're going to have to celebrate it. Every little boring ass step of the way. You're gonna celebrate it. You're gonna find a way to have fun. Healthy fun. Healthy celebration. At the end of like Friday night, you get to do something that's really meaningful, that's healthy, but also really, really meaningful for you. Something really special. You set aside a little bit of time, like if you got a job where you have a little bit of extra income, you're putting a little bit away so you can blow $50 on yourself doing something really nice. That's just an example. Like you can spend Saturday morning like doing something really nice for yourself, something like that. You're gonna celebrate all those boring routines that you're setting for yourself in order to be able to be successful in every aspect of your life and live to your greatest potential. Blah, 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 blah. Let's get on with your abundance and prosperity. Remember, in what we're leaving behind is the idea that there's gonna be scarcity, that you need to hoard your resources, that you need to be worried about the future. So let's go ahead and find out what we need to know about that, because we're leaving all of that yucky stuff behind. Woo! Don't land in the water. Loving yourself and nurturing yourself. This is a lot about your physical body, much less about your economic prosperity, but your health is the first wealth. The best investment. You've heard this. It's boring. I know, Sagittarius, but the first thing is to take care of your physical body, and the money comes pouring in when you take care of your physical body. All right, so the Queen of, excuse my itchy ear, the Queen of Cups is all about the nurturing. All right, so in your routines that you're setting for yourself, it's all about taking care of your body, right? Making sure you get a moderate amount of exercise. The Queen of Cups would never work out too hard just to prove herself. Sagittarius, I know you're really bad about this, about being like a little bit too exuberant when you start a new project, okay? Take it easy. Be conservative in your expectations of how you're going to start out. Pace yourself at a regular pace. The Queen of Cups is ruled by Cancer. She's representative of Cancer in the archetypal personalities. So think of your squishy Cancerian that just wants to chill out and eat food and just like take care of herself. You're going to find that modest place where you're not overdoing it physically. All right, but you're also eating really nice, clean, healthy, plant-based foods, like especially those super nutrients like your dark leafy greens and your blueberries and your cherries. It is that season in the Northern Hemisphere. All of the wonderful dark fruits are coming in. Strawberries, live it up. These are the indulgences that the Queen of Cups would love to have. So what's gonna happen? You're gonna watch it happen, and you're gonna celebrate it every time it happens, right? This is a message that's been coming up for all the signs over and over and over again in these monthly readings, is celebrate every little success. Celebrate every miracle, okay? So every time that you notice a little teeny tiny windfall, like you find a $5 bill on the ground, or someone comes up with $50 that they owed you from 3 years ago. Excuse me, they're like, I have this money now. You're like, wow, that's a miracle, right? It's because you were taking care of your body. When you take care of your body, the money comes in, okay? So every time that those little things happen, celebrate them, because you're telling the universe, more of that, please, more of that, please. I want to take care of my body, and I want more money to come in, because look at this. What we're leaving behind is the idea that you're alone, all right? The universe is working for you. The universe is taking care of you. It's asking you to take care of yourself first to show it what's important to you. Taking care of your body, which costs very, very little. Taking good care of your body doesn't cost much at all. And that just means like getting good sleep. Getting good sleep is free. It is. Just going to bed, closing your eyes and meditating. I live in a very, very noisy neighborhood, and I can still meditate myself to sleep. So no excuses. Put the phone away. Anyway, I'm saying show the universe that you're ready for more. It will give you more, and you're going to celebrate it, and you're going to love it. Now, let's look at your love messages, Sagittarius. Love messages for those of you who are in committed relationships, those of you who are not in a relationship and would like to be in one, and for those of you who are perfectly happy being single but would like to have some kind of feedback on how to work on your intimate relationships that you have with friends, relatives, and coworkers, people that you care about. All of these relationships are a reflection of how we feel about ourselves. All the relationships that we have with others is a reflection on how we feel about us. So always keep that in mind. Fundamentally, love with others is self-love. All right. So let's look at what we got. Ooh, missing somebody, missing a connection. This is a general energy for everybody. This might come up this month if it hasn't already, if it isn't already an issue. I'm feeling like a lot of you are either missing what was, or you are missing someone who is gone and feeling like, oh crap, I fucked up. Okay? I fucked up, or I don't know what to do. It's that kind of like, I don't know what to do, I'm all by myself, I messed up. It's all about me. Whenever the Nine of Swords comes up, it's a huge flag. Huge flag for me. It's like, you're not alone, baby. You're not alone. You're not alone, okay? The universe is there for you. It just wants you to tell it what you want. And when you're sitting there like this, being like, it's all about me, it's all about me, it's all about me, the universe is like, okay, it's all about you, it's all about you. God is like, it's all about you, I guess. Like, you don't want me to help you? Okay. But if you say, no, I'm ready for your help, because we do get to choose our own path. But when we reach out and we say, I'm ready for your help, I know that this isn't just me. I know that I am the universe. I am a God. I am assisted by God. I am here to live a purpose. And that purpose is reflected in my relationships with other people. The universe, source, God, your higher self will step in and help you. It's not all about you. I am so shocked how the tables turn for me whenever I corner myself into this position. I know I should be perfect, but I corner myself into this position on a regular basis, and every time it happens, I'm like, duh, I'm not alone. I don't have to do this by myself. And so I say, I'm ready for help. I'm ready for help, please guide me. I'm ready for help, please guide me. And so I turn that like this into this. I'm ready to be guided. I'm ready for you to show me the way. I'm ready for something. I'm ready for protection. I'm ready to be shown the way to what's next. I'm ready to not be miserable anymore, right? I'm ready to feel loved. I'm ready to be happy. The love will come pouring in when you change that perspective from self-pity, woe is me, I did something wrong, why is this happening to me, to I know this is part of my path, but I'm ready to change the path that I'm on right now. I know it's part of it. I'm ready to steer the course in a different direction. You will be guided where you need to go. Okay? You will be taken care of. Listen to the little voice, the inspiring voice. Sometimes the voice is just like, all right, just go back to sleep and we'll take care of this in the morning. I've had that. I have had not immediate solutions. It's just like, all right, I heard you, now go to sleep. And then the solution comes later. But it does always come. It always comes. Okay, let's get a little clarification for those of you who are in a committed relationship. Yeah, so the Wheel of Fortune came out. You get to steer the direction where you want to go. You don't want to be in a relationship anymore? Guess what? You get to steer your own course. Hey, there's that. But if you love the person that you're with, and things are like feeling like they're not as good as they used to be, you miss the relationship that you once had. That if that energy is going on, you can change it. You have the power to change that thing. And that, once again, it's a matter of establishing routines, establishing what works, what is for you and what's not for you, you know? So you're like, okay, I'm showing the person that I love regularly that I love them by listening to what it is that they need. I'm going to ask them, how can I show you that I love you? How can I show you that you're meaningful to me? Another thing that you can do to steer your own course is use your own voice to say, I would really like this to happen. Okay? They get to decide whether or not they want to do it. Then you get to decide what you're going to do according to that. But you do get to take the next step. There's always something you can do. You don't have to just sit there and love yourself and expect everything to be perfect all the time. Sometimes it's not. You can fast track things. And the Wheel of Fortune is a lot about fast tracking yourself into what it is that you actually want. So you do get the wish card, right? Here you go. What do you want? You get it. That also goes for those of you who are looking for a committed relationship. So it's like, if you want somebody back from the past, you get to explore that. That doesn't mean you get to be in a relationship with it, but you do get to explore whether or not it's a possibility, okay? You don't have to just sit there and wonder. You do get to explore it. You do get to poke around in it. It doesn't mean that you're going to get it, okay? That is up to the other person as well, duh, right? Am I going to say whether or not it's going to work out? The Lovers is all about answering your question, whether or not it's going to work out with somebody that you missed from the past. The Lovers is all about learning the lessons that you need to learn and knowing when the lessons are finished. Okay? You know what that means. I don't have to say anything more. All right? Okay, for those of you who are looking for love, you get to go ahead and get yourself out there. And instead of being like, I'm scared, I'm scared, I'm scared, you got to take the first step. It's not going to happen until you do it. Okay. You can establish that platform for getting started. That's what the Emperor is all about. He sets up the platform. He's got the 4 posts of a platform. He's setting up his platform on his dating profile. Okay, there you go. Set yourself up with something. Get started. All right. Establish the routines to make everything easy. Make your rules. Make your policies. This is what I tolerate and this is what I don't tolerate. Then you never have to think about it. You don't have to second guess yourself. It's just like, okay, that's my rule. I don't take calls after 11 o'clock at night. Then you never get a booty call. I've been babbling on and on in this Sagittarian energy. You are so bubbly. Oh my gosh. I love you. Make sure that you get yourself subscribed if you're not already, so that you can be in the loop about all the different kinds of readings that I post for you on a regular basis. At the very least, every week I always do a weekly. I always do a monthly. Right now I'm also on a weekly basis posting some how to read tarot for yourself videos and like exploring editing and having a good time with that. But I will leave you at that, and I'm going to see you later. I love you.